Have you ever wondered why your YouTube channel might not be growing despite posting almost every day? When you're pouring your heart out into the content, it can be really frustrating when you realize it's not actually growing and all that hard work isn't paying off. Here's the truth. Overposting will not actually help in any way. I'm John and I've been on YouTube for years in various businesses. Over that time I've learned a few things. That's the subject of today's video. But first, I owe YouTube an apology. A little while ago I did comment that they've been pumping my feed with over 40 videos, which I thought was a bit odd, because I've never really looked at that genre in the past. And it turns out there's other categories. There's over 50s, there's over 60s and over 70s, and probably several more decades after that too. So perhaps their over 40s wasn't that bad after all, considering my age. It must be my boyish appearance. Anyway, let's get back to today's topic. Now, I've had channels and videos that have done very well in the time I've been on YouTube. And like a lot of you, I thought at one point that the more I posted, the more traction I would gain. Upload more frequently, hoping that perhaps this next video would be it and the algorithm would finally click in. But instead of skyrocketing, I mean, even on one channel which had videos with really high content, and I guess I kind of hit a wall and got very frustrated with that particular channel at that time. And I hit a kind of a YouTube burnout. And mine wasn't as bad as many I hear, but nevertheless it was a burnout and I stopped doing YouTube for some time. You know, more doesn't always mean better, and burnout is something that is very real. There is this constant pressure to post all the time, whether it's because you see so many who brag about them exploding very quickly after a few days, maybe even on the first video, or maybe you keep seeing the videos where they're sharing how much they've earned and you really want to be in that club. Maybe it's the fear of falling behind and trying to keep up with the trend that everyone else is talking about. Or perhaps worrying that if you don't post regularly, your viewers will somehow disappear. And it is easy to get caught up in this mindset when you hear of so many YouTubers explaining how their channel blew up very quickly. There are many reasons why that happens. And the only analogy I'll put in this video is that it's very much like winning the lottery. But there is reasons behind it, and I'll come back to that in a future video for you. But here's the thing, your audience is looking for quality, not quantity. And that's where sustainable growth comes in. You see, us older gits are quite lucky. We've got one thing that's very beneficial to us. We've got experience, we've got wisdom, and you have stories to tell, and the time to tell them in. So just pace yourself. Throwing up videos for the sake of it won't necessarily grow your channel any faster or enamor yourself to your audience. Now, just to be clear, there are some exceptions to this rule. If perhaps you're running a news channel or a political commentary channel, or maybe just commenting on other fast-moving trends, then clearly you need to post more often and more frequently. But for the rest of us, perhaps maybe talking about hobbies, lifestyle, education, that kind of thing, we can do it in a better timetable. We don't need to post anywhere near as constant. What we do though is need to post with purpose. By the way, if you're watching small channels such as this and you do happen to like what the person's saying, hit the like button. Also, if you like how they present it and may want to watch more of their content, hit the subscribe. We can all do a little bit to help each of the small channels get some traction. So, with that in mind, if you like what I've got to say, or you like how I'm saying it, why not like and subscribe here? Thank you. So how do we fix this posting volume? Well, it's very simply about the power of having a schedule. If you think about it, there will be channels that you subscribe to on an exact time, an exact day, each week, they post their content. And there's a reason for that. And for us, you know, that could quite easily be once a week, or maybe even twice a month. Anything that fits in with the pace of your life is far better for you. For the creators over 40, over 50, etc., it's fair to say there's no race, there's no hurry. Festina lente, as they say. Less haste, more speed. So you see, building a steady, sustainable schedule will help you stay excited about the content you're creating without making you feel like you're drowning in overpressure to get posts out there. But more worryingly, turning off your viewers. It happens. Instead, is it not better you take time to make the videos best you can, giving something your viewers to look forward to, giving you time to recharge, regenerate, and make those videos? Ultimately, it's time to let you live your life, which is what gives you the inspiration for the content that you want to create. And that brings me to the most important element. Post with passion. It is, after all, how you started out. Think about that. Why is it you started your YouTube channel? Was it because you had something interesting to say? Something valuable to share? Some experience to pass on to someone? You wanted to teach something? Or maybe just connect with similar like-minded people? Either way, you did it for a reason. You did it with passion. If you're posting just because you have to, and because it's part of a thing, sooner or later, you're going to burn out and switch off. And your viewers will notice it in the content that you create. Now, in an upcoming video, I will be talking a little bit about a system that may help you with this, to give you more options and more choice for the content you create. But for the moment, I'm going to stick this to the burnout. You see, when you create from a position of passion, it's conveyed in the content that you're putting out there. And people do notice these things. They do see it. So instead of chasing that impossible schedule of posting just because you've got to, set a timetable and post because you've got something to say and something of interest to put in. You start putting joy back into the craft, and you'll start to enjoy the content you're making. And this will show in the content that comes across to the viewer. It's what's going to keep your audience engaged over and over again. And you become better at it as well, which is even better. So quickly to recap, overposting can quickly lead to burnout very, very fast, especially when you don't achieve the success that you'd hope for. Even then, if it's not a niche that has a lot of regularly updated content, then it too can leave you getting stale over a period of time. Find the schedule that fits in with your lifestyle and keeps you passionate about the content you create, and work to that. Your viewers will get used to when you're going to post and become used to it. Now, I've just seen a lovely butterfly out today. I'm going to see if I can film it. It really is a case of quality over quantity. And if you stick to that, your channel will grow at a pace that you can manage and give you the lifestyle that you wanted when you started. I've been John at Large. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you again soon. You take care.